Hi everybody, Andrew Cuneo here with another attempt at day one of the Kaldheim Arena Open. And this time I have opened a very good pool, I believe. I've only seen the rares so far, but they are pretty nice. Coma and Bears of Lityara and Battle of Frost and Fire. And then I've got this Kolvori, which is generally not a particularly good card. But I think I'll probably play it just because it digs me to Coma. But let's look at the rest of the pool, which I haven't seen the rest of the pool yet. I don't have a snow-covered plains. I always like it when you don't get snow-covered plains, because it means you get a snow-covered land in a useful color. We have a Disdainful Stroke. That's probably actually a pretty good card. Two Augury Ravens, pretty nice. I definitely am going to want to be green-blue, if at all possible, given that I have Coma and Bears of Lityara. Sadly, I don't have any Mistwalkers or whatever the 2/4 guy is called. The other changeling. We have two Feed the Serpents. So far, I think I have a lot of snow dual lands, because I haven't seen any snow lands yet. Two Jarl of the Forsakens, that's not that exciting. Demon Bolt in red. Two Seize the Spoils. Which I don't have any Behold the Multiverses. So I got 4, 5. Oh, I have Svella. 6. I got 6 snow dual lands. I think the most obvious thing to do here is to be some sort of teamer colors. Maybe play black? Probably not even. Well, we'll see. Oh, I also have this thing. This is a changeling that works with Bears of Lityara. It's a pretty underwhelming card on its own. Oh, and Double Masked Vandal. That's really good. So it's really... It's just I'm going to be blue-green. The issue is, am I playing red or black or both? So let's start out with the green cards I want to play. I have 2 Guardian Gladewalkers as well, but I think those are way worse than Masked Vandal. I wouldn't hate it if I wound up with a Notvold Recluse in my deck. It's not the worst. I normally wouldn't play this card, but I think with Bears of Lityara in my deck, I am going to play it. Definitely want to play Coma. I can maybe play some of these picks, but we'll wait and see on that. Could maybe play these. This thing actually, if I'm going to play, well, I'm definitely going to play Svella. I have 2 Svellas. Wow, this pool is so good. With 2 Svellas, I'm 100% playing red. I think with the number of changelings I have, Squash is going to be good. Demon Bolt's good. Probably these Seize the Spoils are worth playing. And the Ravager. That's the number of changelings I have. Could also probably play Frostbite. Got 2 snow creatures, and I'm going to have a good number of snow lands. I might not have that many blue cards in my deck. Probably play Bergstrider, Disdainful Stroke, and some Augury Ravens. And that might be it. I think I'm going to be happy with 17 lands. Base green, red. The issue is, am I playing black? And also, am I playing enough snow stuff that I want to play Frostbite or Frost Augur? Frostbite would probably be fine. I think Frost Augur is going to be kind of bad. And I suppose I also need to... Oh, I'm definitely going to play Battle of Frost and Fire. I need to verify that my mana is going to be reasonable. I've got those three, which that helps a lot. This thing will be good in my deck. Do I want to play some of these picks? We have 4 creatures that cost 2 or less. And my only 3-drops are these Svelas. That they're really not that good of a target for the pick, because you can just make an Icy Manalith. You don't need an additional pick to ramp your mana. I guess Barzil Lityara could wear a pick as well. I think that the picks are probably not worth it. Is there any reason to play more of these Snowlands? I'm getting paid by Bergstrider. And that's it. So that doesn't seem like a very good reason. If I wanted to, I could play some of these red 3-drops. This also doesn't seem necessary. So right now my removal is Squash, Demon Bolt, and Battle of Frost and Fire. And I guess Barzil Lityara can kill something too. It's not a lot, but it's not awful. I think that I can live with it like that. Got these annuls, which I might want to board it in annul. It can be pretty good in this format at times. I've got Redain. Redain is really good. I'd only be getting 1 source for free, effectively. I guess I also have this Narfi that I'm not playing currently. Narfi is pretty good. And if I'm gonna be playing 2 Seize the Spoils, it's a way to get some value later on in the game. I'd be cutting, I guess, Lityara Glade Warden for it. It's another hit off of Kolvori, which Kolvori is really good in this deck. Well, it's as good as Kolvori ever gets to be. I don't think I'm ever going to play the Ringheart Crest. It's pretty crappy. So if I play this Narfi, I can play an Ice Tunnel. I don't have a Snow Swamp. I think it would be an easy decision to play the Narfi if I was getting 1 more Snowland for free. I guess I'm going to play the Glacial Floodplain if I play the Narfi. But like if I was getting a snow-covered swamp, do I really want Narfi in my deck with only 1 black source naturally? The plan would be that I'd be discarding it to Seize the Spoils or playing it off a Sentinel or a Svelda Icy Manalith. I think that's not that bad of a plan. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. Do I have enough stuff that Despair Sentinel is worth playing in my deck? Do I have enough cheap creatures? Not really. Well, I don't have enough cheap creatures that I'm excited about it. It's not... I think it's still okay. I think I'm still going to play it, but I'm not excited about it. I don't think I have enough black mana that I want to play this. Yeah, let's just go with it like this. Oh, whoa. We had a swamp added. I don't think I want that swamp. Right now I'm at 6 red sources. I don't like that all that much. I think I have too many blue sources in my deck right now. Yeah, I definitely have too many blue. I think I don't want this swamp, and I don't want this island. And I want another mountain and another forest. I want to be able to cast Svella on turn 3 whenever I draw it. So I'm up to 7 green now. Up to 5, 6, 7 red. And 6 blue. I think I should cut another island for another forest. Yeah. My only double blue card is this Coma, which is going to happen late in the game. And I'm going to be getting blue mana eventually from Seize the Spoils and Svella. Yeah, this looks good. Ooh, it's Finn the Fangbearer. An even better play than turn 2 Foretell. I'm going to foretell this turn rather than leaving up to Stanful Stroke. In theory, if this is a 4-drop that they just foretold, I could be Disdainful Stroking, but it's not that likely to happen. It was a 3-drop. Spoiler alert, it was a 3-drop all along. I don't think they have all that much that could punish me there. Yeah, we'll play this as well. Rather than sit on the Stanful Stroke. If they play something really disgusting, I can Demon Bolt it. If not, I can just pass the turn. This card, not only is this card not very disgusting, it's just straight up bad. So if I wanted to, this deals 1 damage. I think I'm going to hold that in my hand. I will leave up the Stanful Stroke. I think I'm far enough ahead. So they're going to be getting this thing back as a 4/3 at a point in the future. We're going upstairs for 1. Bang. I didn't get priority in time to prevent them from gaining 2 life. But they didn't cast this, so I do get priority. If they have village rights here, they don't die. Oh. Well, they don't die. They played yet another just horrendous attack. This card really, it's not good. Did I see anything that made me care about anything? They had a bunch of sagas. So in theory, I could play a null, but Fall of the Imposter's good. This other saga just stinks. I'm not going to board in a card, just fight that. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with my deck the way it is. It's not enough land. This is a lot more reasonable. I'll put the Lindworm back in my deck. By foretelling that, I am cutting off my option to discard it to seize the spoils and enable my Masked Vandal, which maybe that matters. Might not get full value off of the Bears of Lityara in terms of it might not kill a creature here, but if it is kind of preventing them from putting a creature into play as well. So if it might not literally be removal, it might just be tempo, the third step. Usually it's fine to play this card on an empty board at the start of the game, because even if you're not getting to kill something, you're getting to prevent them from casting stuff. The only exception would be if they have removal spells, which it turns out that they did have removal spells here. Yeah, I think this is... I'm just gonna yet again get off to a super fast clock. Sitting on Disdainful Stroke. Checkmate is good. It's so hard for me to tell what colors of lands they have in play. These lands, they don't really seem to represent their colors very accurately to me. They might have that goofy Rise of the Zombies card again. This time they have Village Rights. Okay. That's fine. They need a sweeper to get out of this, and I have Disdainful Stroke. I could have tried to kill them with Snakeskin Veil, but it doesn't seem worth it when I have Disdainful Stroke. It seems impossible to lose. Just pass with my mana up. I might have just played in a way that if they go Plains Doomscar, I lose. I was willing to risk it. I can cast at least one of these early on to turn on the Squash. But maybe I won't do that, only because I had Battle of Frost and Fire. So I probably am going to start out by playing Battle of Frost and Fire before I need to squash anything. I will just play this. I don't generally like super slow rolling my sweepers. I like to just kind of play out my hand, force my opponent to commit their hand to the board, and then I'll slow down. Wow. Toski's pretty annoying. Toski will get me to change my plans. I guess Battle of Frost and Fire also wouldn't kill my Masked Vandal. I probably should have played a Masked Vandal on turn 3. Grizzled Outrider. That's fine. I'm just going to hang back and make Manoliths. Given that I have Coma in my deck, if I just make Manoliths and eventually get to the point where I'm putting a... what's it called? Coma into play for free, I'm gonna win. Or I could just draw the Coma. That is also good. I'm gonna let the Lindworm hit me. And I'm gonna have Svella block the Toski here. I'm letting the Lindworm hit me because Bears of Lidyar is about to turn both of those guys into 4/4s. Or not. Alright, now I'm gonna chump with a Masked Vandal. Wait, they didn't do it. Why didn't you do the thing, opponent? I'm confused. They just misclicked. I would not have conceded from their spot having misclicked. Like, they were going to lose to the Coma almost definitely, but that was not an irrecoverable mistake to make. So there's some big green guys and a Toski, and they have black in their deck. So they're probably like Jund. Didn't see any black cards. I like Disdainful Stroke, I like Snakeskin Veil. I don't think I want a Null. The other, really my sideboard options are a Null and Frostbite. And I guess, like, not Vold Recluses, maybe. But I like my deck the way it is, from what I saw from them. It's a fine hand, even though I don't have my goal of the turn 3 Svella. At least not yet. I have a different turn 3 play, which is also quite good. I think maybe I should be choosing to draw. I haven't been thinking about that all that much. I think in these snow matchups, like these snow mirrors, it's actually better to draw unsealed. Was the conclusion I came to when I used to play this format a lot. Alright. We're gonna get to kill their Svella next turn. I don't really foresee them being able to fight through that with when I have Snakeskin Veil. This is effectively, you need 6 lands in play for this to happen. Doing great, as long as I find Mountain eventually. I have a lot of tapped lands in my deck, but I think I only had 2 of my red sources are taps. I'm just going to play this land. I think if I draw a red land, I would not see, like, I'm not going to immediately cast Seize the Spoils. Okay, I don't think they know that Narfi comes into play tapped. Or they have Struggle for Skemfar. You have Struggle for Skemfar? Toss. Okay. The Vault Robber. You don't see that guy every day. Hope I don't accidentally cast Battle of Frost and Fire, because that would be a disaster. Guess I'm just I'm putting them to 1, and I'm telling them to do their worst with this Toski. This way they need 2 answers to flyers. If I left back like this Augury Raven, then they only need 1 answer. And I'm only denying them like 1 card. I'm going to eat the Infernal Pet. I haven't conceded yet, but so far this opponent has made a bunch of plays that made me feel like they're not super familiar with these cards. So they might still just be dead. Also, if part of their plan is to play a flying blocker, I can just draw a red land and squash it, potentially. Or they're targeting their own stuff. They're playing Struggle for Skemfar. They're going to struggle their Narfi onto my Augury Raven. No, they haven't tapped a green mana yet, so that's not what they're doing. And Crippling Fear. Okay. Why did they choose... I guess choosing Zombie means the Narfi lives. And a Lindworm. Not bad. Not bad, opponent. That was a little dicey at the end. I did it again. I chose to be on the play. I need to stop doing that. It's not the biggest mistake in the world, but I do think it's a slight mistake. I'm gonna just play this and hope I draw an island next turn. I didn't, but in some ways I drew something better. Please don't kill my Svella. I just want to make Icy Manoliths. 1 Icy Manolith isn't going to hurt you, opponent. It's not that easy for them to kill Svella here anyway. You can be a very sad person if I get Skull Raided this turn. I don't think, well, I guess if they have Skull Raid, they would do it to me. But the Bears at Lityara is going to go off then. I probably should have held the, I could have held the land in my hand and just had land Augury Raven to discard the Skull Raid if they have it, and then kept the Coma. Hope to draw an untapped land. I think if they were going to Skull Raid me, they already would have. I'm trying to play an Ice-Hide Troll. It basically doesn't do anything because of how layers work. That's funny. I like it. I like it a lot. And they're going to concede. Even if layers didn't work that way, It is another serpent or snake to sack to the coma. So it was worth keeping anyway. So they were a blue-black snow deck. So no reason to play a null that we saw, no reason to play frostbite. I don't really even think I have anything else I want to consider. It might have been timestamps that allowed my guy to overpower that Wither Crown and not layers. And that's a distinction that I am certain is not important. I'm going to get to make my dream play of discarding Narfi to seize the spoils this game. Like that. Should I pass up on this fella? I think I will, actually. I passed up on it because I was hoping to draw a 4th land so I could go spell a Snakeskin Veil. I think I'm just going to trade with the Grim Draugr if they let me. They can, of course, spend mana and make it so that I can't, but that's the way it goes sometimes. What was the Foretell card last game? Oh, it was Augury Raven. It was an Augury Raven all along. Have access to Disdainful Stroke for sure in the spot. I know it's kind of painful not to play the Lidyara Mirror Lake tapped that turn, but I think that Disdainful Stroke is going to be really good for me. Yeah. I don't think that it's that important for me to be able to play the Lindworm in the next 2 turns. I should have played this over that. I'm way more likely to bring back Narfi than I am to Mirror Lake something at this point. The plan is to double block, to let the Augury Raven hit me, and leap Disdainful Stroke up. End of turn, I will squash the Augury Raven. Fancy hat. Fancy hat's pretty annoying. You're supposed to play things I can Disdainful Stroke upon it when I keep leaving it up. I'm really getting worked over on this Disdainful Stroke. guess I only got one creature back from Raise the Draugr, though. It's not that bad for me. Okay, I knew eventually I'd get paid. Glad they didn't have that last game. The helm doesn't even do anything. It just gets their guy to 5 power. Should I play around Blood on the Snow? He'll land, run ashore. I think I'm gonna cast this. I could maybe still win even if they have Blood on the Snow. And there's definitely 2-card combinations that could maybe stabilize them in a way that I would wish I had Finn in play. I did it again. I wanted to choose draw. It's just completely ingrained in me to always pick play because it's right such a high percentage of the time. Given that I'm going to have a turn 3 Stella on the play, it's going to work out fine that I chose to be on the play. But I do think that I should be choosing to be on the draw. I need nothing bad to happen to my Svella. Could they... I think if they just attack me here, could I block? They don't have enough mana for Mammoth Growth. Now they do. Now I would 100% not block. Down in gold, pretty annoying. Untap land. Tap land. I'm probably still in fine shape. Battle Frost and Fire seems like it's going to be quite good, even if I don't draw a land for it next turn. Got 2 Foretell creatures that are going to be pretty good. Ruined Crown is it's one of the better cards for them that they could have played that turn, I would think. Well, on land. I will be blocking the Story Seeker if it gets the Ruined Crown. Eventually I can deal with the Ruined Crown. I have the 2 Masked Vandals in my deck. This is looking like a matchup where I probably want to consult my sideboard. Almost definitely I should swap Disdainful Stroke for Annul based on what I've seen. I'm sure they have some things I can Disdainful Stroke, but they've played 3 things I can Annul and nothing I've can Disdainful Stroke thus far this game. My life total, I think, is already too low to just try to, you know, prevent myself from trading down, as it were. Okay. That was another good reason to block as well. Somewhat appealing to go after the Bound in Gold, but not appealing enough to actually do it. So next turn I'm going to go Battle of Frost and Fire Demon Bolt. So I need the treasure. It's unfortunate because it would have been good to get the bears into play. Not that bad for me. It's a little bad. I guess I took an extra point of damage. It's really, it's good for me that happened. The only thing that would have been better is if they just, I don't know, played 2 creatures that just died of Battle of Frost and Fire. There should be alarm bells going off in the opponent's head based on how I just chump blocked with my 3/3 instead of my 1/3. I think I'll chump with the Masked Vandal. If I'd known that I was going to draw that untapped land that turn, I would be in a lot better shape because I could have played bears last turn and I would have had 2 4/4s in play right now. This is probably going to be good enough to win anyway, though. Yeah, maybe not. Big flyer now. So I'm going to chump the Stalwart Valkyrie. I think even if they don't move the sword, I would chump it. If they don't move the sword, I will trade the Fangbearer for this 1/1. I think I'm in just full try to prevent as much damage as possible mode here. My hand is really strong. So I think I don't need to be that worried about getting max value. I guess I'm going to attack. I'm going to feel bad if they have Iron Verdict, but I'll attack anyway. They are at a high enough life total that it's going to take it's going to take a while to kill them, so I might as well get in some damage while I can. I only played one Seize the Spoils this game, so I'm going to keep this in my hand in case my top card is Seize the Spoils. I need to be able to block at least something this turn. I wonder if they're missing a color. Oh, they just are holding 2 lands. I don't need to hold 2 lands in my hand, I think, for any reason, especially not... Well, I guess they do have a black source. But it seems like they probably don't have enough black in their deck that they're likely to have, like, Elderfang Disciple or Skull Raid. Alright. They're making a game of it. I think I saw like one card I could Disdainful Stroke that game. Oh no, the Kennel Master. And that was why they have black in their deck. They must have something else. The Kennel Master's not a horrible card to splash though. It's at least high impact. Alright, I don't want Disdainful Stroke. I want a null. I think I want two annuls, given what I saw. Two Masked Vandals. Their deck was fairly aggressive. And didn't have a ton of removal. I don't think I need this Narfi in my deck. Which means I can get rid of those and just play islands. And I want to fit Frostbite in my deck as well. I will play that over, I think, Snakeskin Veil. This is obviously fine. I think in this matchup, I want to wait with the Masked Vandals so that I can actually hit something. So I'm just going to be foretelling on turn 2. I think even if they play a Story Seeker this turn, I'm still just going to foretell on turn 2. Hopefully they don't have a ring down this turn. I don't think it was worth leaving a null up. Because the way I've played it, I'm going to get to go Augury Raven plus a null in the next turn. Ah, they have Ruined Crown, damn it. I guess I can clean that up with the Masked Vandal, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. I will be blocking this turn, just to get a creature into the graveyard for the Masked Vandal. And also, you know, prevent damage, kill the first half of the Shield Mate. Do I care about the pick? Yes, I do. Now I think I'm actually going to attack them, because I would like them to have a creature in play for step 3 of this. And I'm going to, if they equip their Ruined Crown this turn, I'm going to be ahead on the damage race anyway. So I'll be hitting for 4 and I'll be hitting for 7. Gonna play this. Spends my mana. I get to scry 3. I could have dealt 1 more damage if I'd played it pre-combat, but then they would have had the option of attacking with this 1/1, which I don't think was worth giving them. cloning a Masked Vandal... Oh, actually it does work. Cloning with this thing, it enters the battlefield. You still need to be able to feed it again, which I'm not able to feed it yet. This pool was ridiculously good. I'm going to take this pool every time. Do I want any of these? I guess Kaldheim is actually very good. We'll keep Kaldheim. And I'm just gonna re-enable my guy and go on the beatdown plan. Given that I have a Bird Strider to play next turn. I'm not too worried about the Runed Crown. I can clone the Bird Strider, but you don't get the lockdown if you do that. You only get the tap, which is still very good. I think I'm going to keep Kaldheim over the Forest. I don't think it's going to matter. They're very likely to just die to Mirror Lake on the Bird Strider. Alright. That was my third try. I went 0 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. So, pretty good. And I'll be back tomorrow for the drafts. Thanks for watching.